angle.
Yeah, you can just flip it down a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. It's on.
Yes.
Now the satsang actually is the heart to heart, because head to head divide, heart to heart unify. But 1%, 2% communicate that way in the state of love or with the plant kingdom, animal kingdom. How do they do the chat box? Yes, through silence. That is a higher dimension. It's not from to, it's a universal existence. That truth liberate means what? Truth liberate means you are in the chat box, name and form, thinking that is your ID. Yes, that is one ID for the behavior, but the real ID where you came from, that is the eternal spirit, eternity, infinity, the wholeness, which is never divided into two, never divided into three. Why? Because its oneness is no numbers, it cannot be measured, it cannot be divided, it's not born out of time. The planets are born and appear and disappear. The people living on the planets, they also appear, disappear, just like the bubbles appear and disappear. If you observe the ocean, so many bubbles appear and they disappear. Where do they disappear? Where they came from. Where did they come from? They came from the black hole, means oneness, emptiness, fullness. This emptiness is a negative word, but it is empty fullness. That's how you feel fulfilled in the sound sleep. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the new language of the silence, more advanced because words divide, words can also falsify, but also it can be helpful out of 10 hours of talking, chatting, that half an hour deep bath in the silence give you the real rest. That is the heart space. What is the journey of the thought, of the bubble, that or of reflection? Object and subject. Object go into the subject which it came from. So why it want to go from? Because it's real rest. Like you run around, where do you want to come? You want to come back home. You see? So thinking and doing settle down into being. That's how people find real comfort in the truth. The lies you can cover up, but that come back on your head, on in your life, in the form of disease, conniving, clevery, trickery, thieving, stealing. All those things are fool man's paradise because the law of karma operate. What is the law of karma? As you sow, so shall you reap. If you put the mango tree, mangoes will come. If you put thorns or bad karma, bad killing, bad stealing, all that will come back to you on your head. Right away? Yes, right away. Why? You may befool some people, the images, like many attorneys do, but above all, your heart you cannot hide from. Hide, you cannot hide from the heart because there is no two. There is no two in the world except your mind bubble. If mind bubble is punctured, where is the world? So it appear this city, this country, all that is manifestation of that mind bubble. And what is the origin of mind bubble? No mind. No mind means what? Sacred mind. Sacred mind means the oneness, the heart consciousness. People are lost in the desert of pleasure, pain, loss and gain, name and fame. That is all temporary reflection. That's another dream. That's what they call the Maya. Maya means reflective reflection, appear and disappear. But there is no real pleasure there. Real pleasure means 24/7, the being. So people misidentified to the Maya. Maya means materialistic centralized thinking. Thinking that money, house will save me, but it's too late. By the accumulating, you're already gone. Then they produce more kids, more children, and they are going astray. They have their own things. Nobody is mine, thine. Only think that way. What is mine, thine is born from the me. What is me? Me. Not beyond the name and form is the black hole, oneness, eternity, infinity. So those people who live on the heart level, they don't get in the tensions. And a new world is born. You can call it the world of God, any word, but there is fulfillment, fullness, a new dimension where there is no more seeking, there is no more running around. Is nothing wrong with the seeking, wanting, desires, because that is you. That's not wrong as long as you are driven by it. What the word? You become workaholic, like alcoholic, workaholic, egoholic. Not the thoughts are yours, thoughts floating, but you identify to those thoughts and you're driven by that. You're driven. Driven means you're dragged by the desires. Desire is a celebration when it is holistic. Holistic means organic. But what is the difference? The difference is, do you have the money or the money have you? So that's only the difference. Do you praise the Lord or you have forgotten and identify to the materialistic, self centered, egoistic thinking, which is fake, and you suffer 100%, irrespective of what you have accumulated. Inside, anxiety remains. Objects change, but anxiety float. What do you have to say?
Anxiety is, it can become a constant. Uh, that
Because we have invited it.
Yeah, and you think it's, I think it feels normal, but it's actually not. It takes a long time to
No, no,
relax.
like, see, the difference is only you have a itch in your back, you take a tool and you itch and it's okay. What about if itch come back bigger when you after? So constant itch, constant, then it become anxiety holic. Like, like in the nations, cheers, people, big leaders, just only as a symbol. Like you put tiny salt in the food. But imagine if you put one glass of salt in the food, what will happen?
it becomes inedible.
The
It
same
only
way,
feels
the
salt.
same way, the life is becoming unbearable because it's the nature of the materialistic thinking, self-centered thinking. That's how so much litigations, court cases, then the hospitals in this material world because they are robbers of different kinds. Their mind stealing through different tactics. So, what is this life? Full of care, not a minute to look and stare. Then there are other kind of people who will give you a decorative dream. You will go to the heaven. You will go to the paradise. That's another. You put in the basket $100 and then you're on the way to heaven. So we are talking. There is no two. God as you, your life as you, here and now. If not now, then never. Now or never. Never means forget. The presence already is showering. Blessings are for free, always blissful. Bliss is always for free, has always been free. But the people today, the parents teach wrong education because they don't know any better themselves. They only just multiply. So, first and the last, Sadguru point out that even if you are to sacrifice your life, your head to the Guru, is still the cheapest deal. What does that indicate? Indicate means the Sadguru light from one lamp to the other lamp without giving and receiving anything. It appears like as two, but he cannot give, which is not givable because it's not a object. He only stick out the ignorance, wake you up, that's all. And the real Sadguru means Sat, the truth, is within your heart already. Only you have turned face opposite to it. You've forgotten the real Father. Real Father means the real paradise, the Akasha, the heavens, and they are in you, all over you. Just sit down in the sunlight and praise the Lord. Some people cannot embrace the sunlight because they are already messed up. Messed up, the modern world fucked up. Why do they use that word? They use that word because that is their only pleasure they have. So one listen. That's why word became so. But actually, screwed up, messed up means forgotten the Father, the real which you are. And most of the people don't have time and energy for the truth. They find the truth in the little toys, bubbles. The proof is no matter how much you have, what you have, it's a biggest magic. You feel one thing is bottomless hole. You feel another. One desire filled up, five are born, 10 are born. And
Yeah, you're never liberated.
yeah, because this is the mechanism of the mind. Mind means you don't correct the mind. Mind means what moves is the nature of move. It's the nature of the mind. Blessed are the cats and dogs who don't have that kind of too much head to bank balance and all that. That's why they can smell the grass every day morning. They get they dance with the grass, fresh grass. The owner is also pulling the rope because in a hurry or have to go to work. But people have drawn lines. This is my country, this is my religion, this is my color, this is my clothes, out of not only ignorance but stupidity to create the war, and that's actually what is happening. Just open your eyes. So many innocent people. Where is the justice in the world? That's why whenever any leader speaks the truth, you feel better because truth is already inbuilt in you. Man has become more and more sophisticated. The jungle rule called the politics, all those four P, political, police, parent, all that, red eyes, all that P. then why one want liberation? Liberation is not when you die. Liberation instant, here now. Now if I do the satsang video with silence, then only not even 2%, 1% will relate to it. But the best is the real truth, whether there are two people or 200 or 2 million, doesn't matter. Because in the sound sleep, you don't have the crowd. You don't want the crowd. Why? Because you are fulfilled. The very wanter is gone. That's the ultimate science of all science. Even the Nikola Tesla was inspired by Swami Vivekananda. Akasha rules the earth, not the earth, not what bothers in Trump Towers or here, there. No, 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 the real towers, holy towers, Akasha. And that's what people try to calculate with the Jupiter, Saturn, blah, blah. Of course, those are the rays on the different days, different time. But the truth is above those effects. The Lord of the planets are above all the planets. Like the sap in the plant, many colors, many flower, fruit, but the sap is the Father. The same way, the truth means remaining in the world but not of it. Oh, like electricity appear in the bulbs, iron, this machine, that machine, and yet not related. Yet into it and yet not related. Why is not related? Because if it get related with the human dog, human being, so-called the human being today, they would buy and sell the packet of God on Google. They will sell, and they try to sell in the form of innocent incense. This, that will give you luck. The real luck is the timelessness. There is a difference in the sky and the cloud. Clouds is the all the cloud your mind. That's the mind, cloud. Sky is transcendental state. You want to figure out like the king and the public. King doing nothing is doing everything. The same way eternal spirit, the called consciousness, awareness, don't choose. Choiceless awareness was the word given by the Sadguru Krishnamurti, but words fall short. He already indicator. The sheep seashell, the reflection of the silver line, the same way. Reflection is not possible without the real. So, without the screen, you cannot see all these channels. So, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. What is Om? Om, Om. What is Om? Om is the primordial sound, sound of all sounds, which cannot, meaningless meaning. Meaningless meaning means you don't calculate with your head. That's how NASA recorded different planetary sound. Those are the spatial vibrations. Different planets. The Saturn has different sounds, different rings. But all the cosmos is within you, as you. So you can be the King of Kings right here, right now. When you kick out the head chatter, the chat box, such a pleasure will come in your heart you cannot explain. You forget the pleasure, happiness, all in a second, like a little kid, 5 year old seek nothing. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Om.